Today I had a lovely morning where I was out on a nice drive, something that is no longer a hobby anymore, but a thing that people do. Hi there, everybody. Professor Thundy is back again to bring up random Shakespeare. Today I've had a fantastic morning arguing with my mother and my father. We got up some horrible arguments about driving. And I said to them, remember the days when you would take the car out and it would be like a hobby? It would be like something that people did, you know? Hey, what do you want to do today? Let's take a friggin' drive in the convertible from 1967. It's only got an AM radio. We can go out and watch the trees blow in the wind. I'll bring my girl with me, and we'll have a grand old time smoking cigarettes, having the wind in our face, and there won't be any problems left in the world. Today, however, the act of going on a drive just for a hobby no longer exists. People are out there using it just to get from A to B, and that's the problem. No longer is the act of driving a car a pleasurable experience. And the ironic thing about it all, and I tell this directly to my parents, I say to them, you know what the irony is in all this bullshit? Well, cars today are much better than they were in 1965. Isn't that hilarious? They don't laugh. I do, though. I laugh. Because I see the old point. I see what I'm trying to get at, and they don't. And they look for an explanation. They look right into my eyes, and they say, Rotandi, our son, what happened to you? Why don't you explain to us what the hell you're talking about? I said, give me a little bit, huh? I'm trying to think of what the hell I was just saying. Hey, Saturday's coming around. Oh, you want to go for a drive? Hey, you want to go for a drive? Yeah, where to? Yeah, where are we going? I said, we're just going to go for a drive, man. Are there drugs involved? No, we're just going for a drive. That's all we're doing. I said, dude, I don't even do drugs anymore. That was a different time and a different place. I'm done. I'm cleaned up. I'm looking good. He doesn't want to go on a drive. However, I do. I want to go on a dang drive. So that's what I did. Without any of my friends, I went on a drive. And I tried to convey that over to my parents. I said, look, I just did what people do in the 60s. They take their car out and they go on a friggin' drive. They're like, yippee hoo-ha, different time period. Time to get your head out of your ass. Start thinking like it's 2016 and get yourself a job. I tell them I got one. And that's looking for one. So I went on that old drive, and I came to a realization about driving in general. Because I was on that drive for damn near 2 hours, listening to the old tunes from the 60s and the 70s, trying something to bring me back to those good old days where I wasn't around. But I was just trying to harness what it might have been like in my 2013 Infiniti SUV. And I came to a realization about the world we live in. Because I was swinging back through town, I had just finished my ride, and I was going the speed limit. And someone was up my ass. I looked in the rear view, right there they were, they wouldn't go. Sure, they wouldn't pass me. No, they wouldn't, they just hung on my bumper. And I'm like, what are they doing? I'm totally relaxed out, I'm in a mellow state of mind, because I just want a 2-hour lovely drive around the farms and the rural roads of New England. With the leaves just changing color, because it's lovely fall. And here they are, right on my bumper, like they're going to run me off the road. And I say, hey, either go around me or back off. And guess what he did? He drove right on by me. He stuck his middle finger up in the air, swore something, and just drove away. Me, though, I was fine. I was a happy boy. I didn't mind at all. And the realization I came to was that when you're driving, everybody has their own experience and has been on their own journey. So while me was on a 2-hour joyride over to the hills of New England through the colorful leaves of a wonderful changing fall with global warming, this person, who's right on my bumper, they weren't having such a wonderful drive, were they? No, what that happened with them was, and I'm not too sure, is that they might have been sitting in traffic or they were in a rush. But think about that for a second. A person who's been sitting in traffic, not moving more than a mile every friggin' 30 minutes. In a car that, when they bought it, they thought it could go 150. In a road that they thought was open and that was theirs. Are now sitting in traffic, and the reality is staring them in the face. However, they don't have the guts to do what it takes to extricate themselves from this stress, which is probably find another means of transportation into work. They would rather just sit there for some reason in traffic for hours. And then there's me, who's still trying to relive the 60s, a time he didn't live in, and go driving through the fog, through the leaves, and just have a good old life. And then all of a sudden, we meet together in the same moment, in the same neighborhood, and I gotta deal with this guy. I'm in a mellow state of mind. He's losing his mind because he had been just standing in traffic forever. I want to talk about a little bit about a play today, and the play is Taming of the Shrew. This is where Bappy Bap says, "You mistake, sir. You mistake, sir. Pray, what do you think is his name?"